By the spring of 1975, the long conflict in Southeast Asia was fracturing. Borders were collapsing, and an anxious tension settled over the remaining outposts. Moving thousands of Allied personnel out of hostile territory required a staggering logistical apparatus. Cargo planes and extraction teams had to be coordinated almost instantly as ground conditions deteriorated. History books tend to focus on the sweeping political decisions of these final days. On the tarmac, the reality was dictated by mechanics, the flight crews, and the logisticians. Executing a withdrawal of this magnitude requires individuals who will step into extreme danger, manage the chaos, and do the work quietly without asking for recognition. Norman DeWalt stepped directly into that environment, serving in the United States Air Force from 1971 to 1976, during its most turbulent modern era. Those early years on the flight line demanded strict discipline. It forged a deep sense of honor and an unyielding dedication to the mission. Before the massive evacuations began, he spent thousands of hours mastering exact logistical and operational skills that the late war flashpoints would eventually require. The rigors of the service are designed to prepare a person's character. When the systems around them begin to collapse, that intense preparation is what holds them steady. In early April of 1975, the capital of Cambodia, Phnom Penh, was surrounded. Adversarial forces were closing in rapidly, threatening thousands still inside the city limits. Under severe operational constraints, Norman played a crucial role in the extraction of those personnel. Helicopters and transports moved continuously through the danger zone to secure the evacuation. That momentum of collapse quickly crossed the border. Within weeks, the timeline accelerated, focusing the world's attention entirely on the fall of Saigon. The environment in the South Vietnamese capital was claustrophobic and deeply desperate. United States personnel and thousands of allies rushed toward any available extraction point. Amidst the crumbling infrastructure, Norman provided vital, life-saving support to ensure the safe transport of those individuals out of the capital before the final avenues closed. Operating effectively across two collapsing cities requires a specific kind of courage, one that actively prioritizes the physical safety of others over personal preservation. The geopolitical crisis did not end in April. By May, the Cambodian Khmer Rouge Navy intercepted and seized the American cargo ship SS Mayaguez. The military response was immediate and intense. U.S. forces launched 3 continuous days and nights of heavy bombing missions across Cambodian territory to force a recovery. Throughout that prolonged and grueling engagement, Norman's operational efforts were instrumental in securing the eventual safe rescue of the ship's crew. The Mayaguez incident tested the physical and mental limits of the personnel involved. Enduring those 3 days fulfilled a rigid military promise to leave no one behind. When his military service concluded, Norman shifted his focus from the wartime theater to the highly structured landscape of modern American manufacturing. He built a new career as a computer engineer at Lockheed Martin, working out of Marietta Plant No. 6. His technical expertise supported both the high-volume production lines and the executive staff, ensuring the complex systems of aerospace manufacturing ran smoothly. The strict discipline and ability to maintain focus under pressure that he learned on the flight line directly translated into his civilian engineering work. A veteran's value reaches far into the civilian sector. The steady character required to execute a wartime rescue is identical to the character that drives industrial and community progress. Retiring from a successful career at Lockheed Martin closed one chapter of his life, but it did not diminish his drive to serve. Today, he brings his leadership experience to the Veterans Coalition Foundation, serving actively as a board member. The foundation's objective is clear: to ensure that returning service members and their families have absolute access to the resources and support they have earned. The duty to protect your brothers and sisters in arms does not expire with a discharge paper. For those who understand the cost of service, advocacy becomes a lifelong commitment. From the intense bravery required in the spring of 1975, to decades of technical precision in aerospace, to his leadership and veteran advocacy today. Some step forward during the most volatile moments in history. and then spend the remaining decades of their lives continuing to serve in total quiet. Veteran, engineer, leader. The true legacy of Norman DeWalt is a simple, enduring mission: to serve those who served.